Okay, so this is a video just going over ice tanking on test server stats matters 1.1. I'll go right into the loadout in tank. So inescapable ice storm. I don't know if it's a glitch, but inescapable's pole is now a ray instead of a cone, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Reflection and Winter Ward have switched animations for whatever reason. Don't know why. But Reflection now gives you an immediate ice armor, and I think Winter Ward does too, but let me test it real quick. Alright, so yeah, there you go. It gives you immediate ice armor, and it has Reflections animation. And back into the loadout. Shatter Restraints is still a shield, and it's still a breakout, so that's good. In this slot, this is where I would usually have Bitter Winds, but Bitter Winds is no longer a shield, so it's now just a damage superpower. So in that slot, I put a supercharge generator, which will help you build chunks of supercharge without having to do any weapon combos whatsoever. So that's why I have it in that slot. Ice Elemental, I feel like this would be feasible now because just the way stats matters works, it feels to me like tanks are actually going to be taking more damage than they were before. So going into tank roll, you do get a passive 85% damage boost, 85% defense boost, and I'll show you what that means when you actually look at your stats. So right now I have 20k defense. If I take off, no, not if I take off any gear, but if I switch roles, that boost goes away, and my base defense shows, which is 10,896. So switching it back to tank roll, I'll get that boost back. Okay, so that's it as far as the loadout. As far as the ice elemental loadout, you want to have inescapable storm, reflection, winter ward, shatter restraints, another supercharge builder, because there's no return to normal when you go into ice elemental, so you'll be stuck in that state. So and I would say ice elemental is really like great if you're solo tanking. It could also be good if you're duo tanking, but that would mean you can't really run inescapable storm if you're gonna have ice elemental in your loadout. That's because you want to have impaling ice if you're gonna run a supercharge when tanking. Also, another thing you could do instead of ice elemental, if you want to have that extra protection, you could go the route of using hibernation, because apparently they changed hibernation. So hibernation now says it'll taunt nearby enemies to attack you instead of others. Before, it used to be when you went into hibernation, you went into an encasement, which means you couldn't pull, you couldn't do anything, which means anything that was on you would go after the group. But it seems that they fixed it. I'm not sure. I'm also not sure if Winter Ward's taunting, if Winter Ward's detaunt was fixed. I have like consistent problems with Winter Ward detaunting targets, so maybe that was fixed, maybe it wasn't. But it does seem that they fixed hibernation if you want to use that as a way to not only heal yourself but protect yourself from damage when you're in a oh shit situation. So let's put reflection back on. So yeah, that's what you want in ice elemental. There's now two different tabs for separating ice elemental DPS and ice elemental tank. Alright, so now I'll show you that Inescapable Ice Storm's cone pull has been turned into a ray, which I really don't like. I'll target this ad here. Okay, as you can see, it pulled the Drag Warrior, but it didn't pull the Drag Seer, and they were like right next to each other. And what I mean by a ray instead of a cone, a ray, at least to me, means a direct line, like right down the middle. It'll pull if it's a direct line right down the middle. Let me see if it'll actually, seeing that that ad is far away, let me see if it'll pull that ad and the ads closer to me. Messed up. So it does do that, yeah. So inescapable is now a ray instead of a cone. So that means it'll pull in a direct line. It was a cone before, which meant it would pull in a line, and then it would like spread out like that to the right, and then like that to the left. So it'd be able to pull all these ads with no problems whatsoever. That is no longer the case. I really don't like that because that means it takes multiple pulls now to group everything up like nice and close. You may have no problem with that, but I have a huge issue with that. So I would say with Atomic, when Atomic hits stats matters, it probably won't have this problem because Atom Splitter will just keep it hits around you. I wouldn't see. There's no way I would see them making Atom Splitter array. Like I wouldn't even see how they would do that because they would have to. They would pretty much destroy the power if they made Atom Splitter array. So hopefully Atomic won't have that problem. So yeah. And also powers that use around the area pulls like fire as well using backdraft may not have the issue. Earth using epicenter may not have the issue, but ice definitely has the issue when it comes to inescapable. You'll have to pull multiple times to group everything together, but at least they reduce the cooldown of inescapable compared to what it was before on like Stats Matters earlier build where it had a 6-second cooldown. So that's good. And I suppose now I'll show you Ice Elemental, like the difference between using it and not using it. Those ads right there aren't raid ads. These are the daily mission ads, so they don't hit hard. But now if I go south, I'll face like the raid ads, which hit a lot harder. And because CR scaling's gone, they'll be able to do full damage. I won't have any benefits of having higher CR than they do. So they'll hit me quite hard. So let me just jump in here. I've already lost half my health and I'm dead. So yeah, as you can see, in human form, you get thrashed. Like it hurts if you're in human form and you don't have like any heals around or anything. And I would say like Ice Elemental would be more for oh shit situations, but you could also just, I guess, use it whenever because you'll almost, like, you won't almost always have a supercharge, but you'll have it often. Like, you'll have supercharge often because it's so easy to build supercharge now. So, here we are again. I'm gonna Ice Elemental and then jump in. As you can see, they're struggling a lot more to hit me or to finish me off, but also, I can hit Impaling Ice and get Supercharge back and have another Ice Elemental by the time it runs out. Yeah, so they're struggling a lot more to actually knock me out. But now I don't have Ice Elemental, so I'm just going to die in a few seconds. And there it goes. So hopefully from that you see that Ice Elemental is actually viable. Like it's actually a pretty good thing to have on your loadout when ice tanking, because we no longer have bitter winds. We can't juggle the ads with bitter winds anymore unless you for some reason want to run a damage power in your tank loadout. I don't know why you would, but to each his own. Yeah, but I was making this video because someone requested it and I didn't want to forget, so I thought it wouldn't be too hard because it's just a quick little video showing you how ice tanking works now. Also, going into your loadouts, tank. Frost Snipe is still a single taunt, so yeah, taunt single target. And what else for tanking? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I would say that's pretty much it. I kinda do hate that Mesmerizing Lasso is just gone because there's no iconic powers anymore. Pick from... Yeah, I don't see any iconic powers unless they're like revamping them all. I'm assuming that's what they're doing because this area is still here, like this tab is still here, so that's probably what they're doing. I do want Mesmerizing Lasso back because as Earth, it's an awesome single taunt. As Fire, it's an awesome single taunt, but yeah, it's gone at the moment. I'll just jump right back in just to show you how quickly I die in human form. I'm already gone. Like, serious. Like, I'm dead already. What the hell? So yeah, consider using Ice Elemental if this update goes live. as it is right now. And I'll see you in the next video. I'll probably do supercharges for mental and supercharges for electric, and I'll do support roles after each one of those videos for both those powers. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.